Hello, everybody. It's Jeremiah here, and yeah, I haven't do that for a while because it's a festival in here, and it's Mid Autumn Festival. And the first day I went to Hong Kong with my friend, and they were staying there for a night, and yeah, so I come back, and yeah, just it's kind of lazy, especially I mean, just a holiday, especially in holiday, just feels yeah, just don't have mood to do anything. But yes, anyway, I mean, I can do it today. Yeah, so let's do it.
Good morning, Sarah.
Morning, sir.
Today,
Today,
let's
let's
use
use
this
the
new flashcard to
new
practice
flash
phrasal
practice phrasal
verbs.
verbs.
What do you see in this picture?
What do you see in this picture? What do you see in this picture? What do you see in this picture?
Hello, Mr. Davis.
Hello,
It
Mr.
looks like a
Davis.
grandfather and his granddaughter are feeding pigeons in the park.
It looks like a grandfather and his granddaughter are feeding pigeons in the park.
Perfect description.
Perfect description. Perfect description. Description. Let's start with
Let's start with the grandfather.
let's start
What
with
phrasal verb could we use
what phrasal verb we use for
for what he's doing with the
what's he's doing with the
bird seed?
bird seed, fish seed.
He is pouring
He's pouring
out
out
the
the
seeds from
seeds
the
from
bag
the
into a
bag
small bowl.
into a small bowl.
Excellent. Pour
Excellent.
out means to empty a container of its
Pour out means to empty
contents
container
by
of
turning
its
it upside
by turning it
down
upside
or to
down
the side.
or to the side.
Now, what about the
Now,
granddaughter?
now what about granddaughter? Now what about granddaughter?
What is she doing with the
What is she doing? What is she doing with
seeds
the
in her
seeds
hand?
in her hand?
She is holding out the seeds
She's
to
holding
the
out the
pigeons.
seeds to the pigeons. She's holding out the
Right.
seeds.
Hold
Right.
out
Hold
is
out
used to describe
it used to describe
extending something
extending something
outward,
outward,
usually for someone else to take.
Usually for someone else to take.
It fits perfectly
It fits
here.
perfectly here.
What phrasal verb
What
can we
phrasal
use
verb
for the
can we use? What phrasal verb can we use? Can we use it for
pigeons coming to get the
coming to
food?
get the food?
The pigeons are flocking
Pigeons are flocking
around them.
around them.
Yes.
Yeah, flock around.
Flock around
Flock around
is
is
used when a group gathers
gathers
or
and
moves together around something or someone, exactly like the
exactly like a
pigeons
pigeons
here.
here.
Now, suppose the grandfather talks about finishing their visit to the park.
Now, suppose the grandfather talks about finishing their visit to the
What
park.
phrasal verb would he
he use? Just let's leave. I mean, just let's leave the park.
He might say they should head back home.
He may say they should head back home. I thought it's head back. I thought it should just go back. Head back home. Yeah, I think it's always correct.
Head back, exactly.
Exactly.
Which means to return to the place you came from.
Head back. Oh, I just head back yeah, I just head back to, yeah. So, and after my work, I just immediately head back to my home and yeah, because my parents in here, so I want to meet them.
Lastly, what phrasal verb might describe the granddaughter's action?
Granddaughter's action.
She spreads more seeds than usual to feed more pigeons.
Feed more pigeons.
She could be spreading
out
the seeds.
Spreading out the seeds.
Spread out. That's correct.
Spread out. That's correct. It's
used when you distribute something over a wide area. You've done wonderfully today, Sarah. How do you feel about these phrasal verbs?
These phrasal verbs.
I think using them in these scenarios helps.
In these scenarios
help remember them better.
Help me remember them scenarios.
Thanks, Mr. Davis.
Thanks, Mr. Davis.
I'm getting better at
I'm getting better to understand
and using them in context.
Using them in context.
You're very welcome.
You're very welcome, Sarah.
You're making excellent progress.
You're making excellent progress.
Remember,
practice makes
perfect.
Remember, practice makes perfect. Yes, practice makes perfect. Let's keep this up in our next lesson. Let's keep it up.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
See you next time, Mr. Davis.
Next time, Mr. Davis. See you next time, Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis.
See you, Sarah.
Have
a great day.
Have a great day. Have a great day. Okay, let's go to part 2.
Here's another flash.
Here's another fresh card, Sarah.
Sarah.
Can you describe what's happening in this image? Can you describe what's happening in this image? Okay, so I just describe it by myself first, and there's grandma and the granddaughter, and the granddaughter's and the lady. I think it is just the granddaughter is helping the grandma to walking back to their home.
Sure, Mr. Davis.
Sure, Miss Davis. Sure, Miss.
This image shows a young woman
walking
with an elderly woman.
Oh, this image shows a young woman walking with an elderly woman.
The young woman is carrying a grocery bag
grocery
full
bag
of vegetables.
full of vegetables.
And it looks like they're walking down
a street together. They're walking down street together.
Very well observed.
Very well observed. Very well observed.
Let's incorporate phrasal verbs
Let's incorporate phrasal verb
into this scenario. What phrasal verb
we can use
for the young woman walking with the elderly woman?
She's holding her arms. Holding? I think it's holding.
They are going along.
They're going along
the street together.
They're going along. So we're gonna go along, right? So we're gonna go along. Are you right? Okay.
Go along.
Go along.
Excellent choice.
Excellent choice. I'm sorry. I just turned off the air conditioning, but I just immediately I feel a little bit uncomfortable. So maybe just turn it on. Turn it on. Yeah. Go along. Excellent choice. It means
to proceed or accompany someone.
Oh,
Now, how about a phrasal verb that describes how the
describes how the
young woman might support the elderly woman if she needs assistance?
If she needs assistance,
she might help out the
elderly woman
if she needs to navigate or walk comfortably.
Walk comfortably.
Right. Help out is used when providing assistance.
Help out is used when providing assistance
or support. What about a phrasal verb that
describes
how they might stop by a store to pick up these groceries?
And what about phrasal verb that describes phrasal verb how they might stop about store to pick up these groceries, and that's just gonna buy some
they could stop by
they could stop by
grocery store on their
okay, we just stop by on their way home.
Stop by is
perfect. Stop by is a perfect
perfect for a casual
visit somewhere,
usually for a short
period.
Suppose the young woman
decides
to take the elderly woman to her home after shopping. What phrasal verb describes their action?
What phrasal verb?
She would drop off the
elderly
woman at her home.
She would drop off the elderly woman at her home. I'll drop you later. Whereas
drop off means
to
take someone or something to a place and leave them there. If the elderly woman gives her companion advice or shares some wisdom, which phrasal
I just
verb would apply?
The elderly woman might pass
the elderly woman might pass
on her wisdom or advice to the young woman.
Pass on.
Exactly. Pass on can mean to give something to someone else or to impart.
Okay, could you just pass on something?
Knowledge.
Important knowledge.
Great jobs.
Good job, Sarah. How do you feel?
How do you find these
exercises
with different scenarios?
Scenarios.
These scenarios make it easier.
These scenarios make it easier
to remember the phrasal verbs because I can picture the actions and relate them to real life situations.
To a real life situations.
It's really helpful.
It's really helpful.
That's great to hear, Sarah.
That's great to hear, Sarah.
Visual learning with textual practice. This can indeed enhance understanding and retention. You're doing fantastic work. Keep it up.
You're doing fantastic work. Keep it up.
Thanks for the encouragement, Mr.
Thanks for the encouragement, Mr.
Davis.
Davis.
I'm enjoying these lessons a lot.
You're welcome, Sarah.
You're welcome, Sarah.
It's a pleasure teaching you. Let's continue this practice in our next session. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Have a good day. Yeah, I mean, that's a
You
really
too, Mr. Davis.
good, Mr. Davis.
See you next time.
See you next time. Okay, this is card 3. Okay.
Here's our next flashcard.
Here's our next flashcard, Sarah.
Sarah, take a moment to look at it and tell me
look at it.
what you see.
Tell me what you see. I think it's a father with his son trying to fix the bicycle.
This picture shows a man
This picture shows a
and
man
a
and a
boy,
boy,
possibly father and son,
possibly father and son.
fixing a bike.
Okay, this picture shows a man and a boy, possibly father and son,
Bicycle
fixing
together in a
bicycle
garden.
together in garden.
Great observation.
A great observation. That's a great observation.
Let's dive
into
some phrasal verbs that
Let's dive in some phrasal verbs
describe their action.
that describes their actions.
What phrasal verb
can
we use for the man
working
on the bike?
Working on a bike.
He is tightening
He's tightening up
the bolts on the
bolts on
bike
the bike wheel. Tightening up.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Tighten up means
Tighten
to
up
make
means
something
to make
tighter
something
or more
tight or more secure
using a tool, just like he's doing.
Just like he's doing.
How about the boy?
How about the boy?
What is his action?
What is his action? What is his action?
The boy seems to be
The boy seems to be holding the bike,
holding up the bike,
supporting
it so the man can work more
so the man can work more
easily.
Hold up is exactly right for supporting something to remain upright. Now, what if they finish fixing
the
bike and start cleaning up? What phrasal verb would apply?
What phrasal verb would apply?
They might clean up the tools and
They might clean up the tools. They might clean up
tidy the area.
Tidy the area.
Indeed, clean up.
Clean up.
What about if they test the bike?
What about if they test the bike
after making the repairs?
After making the repair, like just riding. They gonna ride a bicycle.
They would probably try
They would probably try
out the bike to see if it's working properly.
Okay, let's see if it works properly.
Try out. That's correct.
Try out. Let's try out. That's correct.
It's used when you
It's used when you
test something to see how it functions or
how it
performs. And suppose the father explains each step of the process as they work. What phrasal verb could describe this action?
He would go over each step with his son,
He would go over each step
explaining how to fix the
explaining how to
bike.
fix the bike. Go over.
Go over means to explain
Go over means to
explain
explain
or review something
Just go over. Okay, review something
in detail.
Excellent.
Excellent, Sarah.
Excellent, Sarah.
How are you finding
today's
lesson with these real-world scenarios?
That's really useful.
It's really engaging.
It's really engaging,
Mr. Davis.
It's really engaging, Mr. Davis.
Using these phrasal verbs in practical situations helps me understand them so much better.
Helps me to understand them so much better.
That's fantastic to hear.
Fantastic to hear.
Understanding
context
is key to mastering language. Keep practicing it.
Keep practicing, and
you'll continue to improve.
Keep practicing, and you continue to improve.
I will. Thanks for the great examples today.
Thanks for great examples today.
You're welcome, Sarah.
You're welcome,
Keep
Sarah.
up the good work.
And
I'll see you at our next lesson.
And see you at our next lesson. I'll see you at our next lesson.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks,
Mr. Davis.
Thanks, Mr. Davis. Okay, here's the card 4. Okay, we're gonna do a 4 cards, I think.
Here's our next scenario.
Here's our next
So,
scenario,
Sarah,
Sarah.
can you tell me what's
Can you tell me what's happening in this picture? Okay, so I think just two young girls. They're just chatting and talking in the cafeteria.